Jonathan.
Alex.
Michael.
Jeremy.
We are Everything Everything, and you're watching Moshcam. I think we're always getting better at writing songs, but who's to say what's good and bad, really? I mean, the first song you write, someone might think that's the best thing you ever do, and so on. But all you can do is keep trying to improve it. But at the same time, if you do that too much, then you're probably going down the wrong road anyway. You kind of got to do what feels best.
Yeah. And your priorities change anyway as you grow as an artist and as you get older. Like when we first started our first album, and even the songs we were writing before our first album, when we were just a scrappy touring band, we wanted to be really surprising and unlike anybody else. Sometimes at the cost of the song, it was much more about complication and the playing and maybe not so much about the song at the heart of it all. And we've kind of grown out of that sort of insecurity now, I think. Now we're able to balance it.
Yeah, amazing. We've had 3 nominations now, so we've, it doesn't get old. It's amazing. We'd like to win one, of course, but
yeah, we never actually win.
We're really good at getting nominated.
And having a boozy lunch on the day. That's the extent of our experience of it.
Yeah,
we might
it's
win
amazing.
One day.
Absolutely amazing. There's no bigger thing.
Maybe at the time you met Bono.
Yeah.
Yes, inevitable.
It's the Q Awards, wasn't it?
That was
at the
another
Q
boozy
Awards,
lunch.
we were making our way across the room to try and speak to Chris Martin because we're fans, and Noel Gallagher called me over. And he was like, yeah, you're in that Manchester band, aren't you? I was like, yeah. He goes, have you met Bono? And Bono was just sat next to him, and I was like, no, I haven't actually. No, not met Bono. And Bono just talked to me for a few minutes about something really, really weird about how it's dark outside, even though it's dark inside, even though it's the daytime. And he had dark glasses on, and I thought, yeah, this is weird.
The thing is, you get so used to kind of bands are their own little gangs that go around the country and do their own things, but then you sort of collide in awards things or at festivals and stuff like that, and that's when it becomes surreal because you see your heroes sometimes. You could just be walking into catering and we saw
Ralph from Kraftwerk,
having
just
some
having
gatto
a pudding, like a real human being, and we were really surprised
Not
by
a robot.
that. Yeah.
Well, we knew that he wanted to do it, and then me and Michael had a conversation on the phone, and it was surprisingly sort of just a really good phone call, like the first person we'd spoken to who just kind of talked about it in a kind of exciting way about the music and wasn't just sort of saying a load of kind of bullshit to make us sort of want to work with them. And then when he came to our rehearsal space. He travelled from LA to Manchester, and he came in the room and he's just kind of got what we were doing.
It works really, really quickly and energetically and quite light-heartedly, and we're the opposite of all those things, so it was really healthy for us.
We'd had a whole year of writing, and I think we were at a point where we were sort of very confused as to what was good and what wasn't by that point. Just generally that's what happens when you make something for that period of time, that length. To have him come in the room and just be sort of full of energy and positivity, it was kind of the antidote to how we were feeling, I think, at that point.
Well, I think we were surprised as well because he's a big name, and we were sort of wary of that as well because he's worked with like big pop people like Kylie, Pet Shop Boys, Madonna.
Madonna's the big one.
Yeah, Madonna's the main one really. But
the Killers as well, which was kind of the closest touchstone for us at that point.
yeah, but despite that, he was very like. When we gave him the demos at the very first stages, he really listened to them and knew all the songs. Whereas sometimes we'd meet with producers and they'd be like, "What's that song that's a bit faster?" And they'd be really vague about it. And he was just like all over them. It was really good that he'd spent the time and energy actually getting to know sometimes not very accomplished demos really well. It changes all the time, but I think it's quite satisfying playing Distant Past because people know it and it's just getting really good reaction at the moment. We haven't played anything for that long, so they're still quite kind of fresh
There's still like half the album we haven't played live.
Yeah.
It's just we haven't got there yet. We do festivals and they've got to be party time.
Mm.
But they give you a list that's like that's like really short, and everything on it is kind of awful.
Yeah.
So you have to choose, something.
Yeah. We actually chose
kind
it
of the reason
because
behind it.
it is a facsimile of a song from our teenage years called, what was it called?
The Middle.
The Middle by Jimmy Eat World, which contains the words, and of course, everything. We thought, well, maybe we can slip the Jimmy Eat World chorus in there as well. And then we didn't even bother doing that in the end. So it was this kind of backdoor route to that particular song.
We just thought most of the kids listening to Radio 1 aren't going to know Jimmy Eat World anyway.
No.
So we just felt a bit old.
We're just showing our age.
Stuck to Kelly Clarkson name again.
Yeah, they're just thinking mad.
Yeah, just singing our own name over the end of
Sort
Kelly
of Led
Clarkson.
Zeppelin thing of sort of, we're so good.
We were talking about what was it? We were gonna do.
Oh,
There was that.
jungle? Or-
No, there was that dance. That was that. Sort of
We're gonna do a
dance
hip-hop
girl,
one,
That was
weren't we?
good.
King Kunta.
Oh yeah.
We're going to do King Kunta or
Kendrick Lamar.
Mo and Major Lazer talked about it.
Yeah,
Maccabee's already done
Maccabee's
that,
covered it.
unfortunately. There was something else as well.
Yeah.
We went around
We
the
actually have a very small arsenal of cover songs that we can actually play now, but none of them were acceptable to the Radio 1 sort of here and now standards, because it has to be kind of. So we couldn't do My Sharona, basically.
They didn't want it.
Which was a bummer.
Yeah, it was ready to go and they didn't want it. We had a great Glastonbury this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we always do, but this year was like really magical. It's the kind of thing you hear about as a fan growing up as well. And I was really pleased to have that moment. We were all kind of in tears by the end of the weekend. It was really emotional.
The chaos, because you don't have that time to perfect the sound on stage or rehearse up. There's a huge amount of kind of nervous energy before you go on, because you know that everyone there is, they're not entirely. They haven't just bought a ticket for you, and
To win them over a bit.
yeah, you have to remember a bit. And there's also just that kind of feeling of, everyone wants to have a good time. There's no one there that doesn't want to sort of lose their minds in one way or another.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to fulfil that duty. It's a great thing.
There's a little bit of healthy competition. You can hear the other bands playing on the stage that you're about to play on, and you can hear if they've got a good crowd and big crowd and they're making lots of noise. It's kind of like you want to better it.
It's just something
They're
about
just very different disciplines as well. When you play your own pub show, you've got a sort of ebb and flow and shape to the set, and you've got the option to come back with your encores and stuff like that. Your own light show. Whereas festival is kind of short, sharp sort of approach instead.
We put our ridiculous clothes on. We drink red wine or gin and tonic. I don't know.
Tend not to drink beer because you get kind of gassy from the mic. Save that for after the show. So you do it in the wrong order, basically. You drink backwards. And we have like steam inhaler that just opens up your vocal cords a little
sort
bit.
of Darth Vader mask.
Yeah.
John walks around like this, going, and we all just kind of drink.
And then we
red
sort
wine
of
by the
shriek a little
pint.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just warms your voice up. And then we have a cuddle. And then we go on.
We'll cuddle and cry. And then we go on stage.
We'll be like that tonight.
Very short nerves breakdown. And then go ahead, take to the stage.
Australia, maybe. I don't know if we have a favourite country, really, but the shows that most stay with us in our memory have been the ones where we didn't know what to expect and it turned out to be amazing.
Once where we travel the furthest.
Yeah.
And receive, a crowd. It makes the whole thing worthwhile. Travelling for like 30 hours or whatever it is.
Sleeping.
Yeah, that is a good one.
I drink pints of coconut water. That's kind of my cure.
2 ibuprofen, pint of water before bed.
A couple of
Sleep for as long
strepsils
as
and a
you
bacon patty.
Yeah,
Good medical advice. What did you have? You had something this morning that was quite interesting. There's powder. What's it called?
Doralite, which is just basically
Just a rehydration treatment thing.
Yeah, so I have one of those.
Hair of the dog.
And eggs Benedict.
Cup of coffee. Eggs Benedict.
Yeah.
Time itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes on.
Everything is a hangover cure.
Just order us another
If you
drink.
actually do it.
20-hour flight up feels pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Kylie.
Well, we're big fans of Nick Cave.
Yeah, huge
Yeah.
Caleb Bassey's fans.
Yeah, in
And the
2013
birthday
we were doing a lot of festival in 2013 and we kept bumping into Nick Cave, even on a
EasyJet flight.
And we saw a show a few times and it was just
Great.
yeah.
It was quite influential in our record, actually, in terms of the way-
Attitude.
Yeah. Sort of behaviour of a front man and his role in the band.
I really like Tame Parler as well, obviously. Really, that guy has like a very clear vision about who he is and what he does. It's really good. It's completely unique, I think, at the moment.